very intuitive Grace Russell on Hallmark Channel's hit drama Good Witch. And this Sunday, the magic returns with a 2-hour Halloween special, Good Witch, Tale of Two Hearts. Please welcome our very good friend Bailee Madison here to talk about all this.
Bailee.
Great to see you,
It's
Bailee.
good to be back.
As always.
I know,
it's
thank
good
you.
to see you. You guys, you look beautiful and green.
I know, we
I'm
match. We've got
matching.
yeah.
Now,
Green with envy?
I'm green with envy that I'm not wearing green today.
So funny.
We got to talk about this special.
Yes.
Of course, Middleton preparing for the big Halloween Harvest Festival. It's a bit of a rivalry between Middleton and the rival town. The next door town.
Blairsville.
But there's a lot of drama going on because there's this special artifact, the ruby, that apparently possesses a magical power. That's stolen too. Tell us how this all comes about in this special.
So this year's Halloween special is a really crazy one. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
In terms of the ruby, this is known to be a part of true love. It's known to make true love happen and everlasting. If the ruby is there, then all love is wonderful. So when it's taken away, true love is truly tested in our little town of Middleton. So we'll see what happens with our couples.
Good.
And then in terms of the Halloween gala, we're throwing that, which is a big deal. But then with Martha no longer being our mayor and having to be a citizen of Blairsville, she's not on our side when it comes to the Halloween Harvest Festival. So Grace is doing her best to get things in check and to make it the best year for everyone. But then she remembers that it's her last year home before college. So
that's a big deal.
That's a big deal to her. So I think, you know, she's spending this whole special trying to make it perfect without realizing why it's so important to her. And when it finally does, it lands.
I mean, anyone knows, if they follow the show, that Halloween's a big deal for Middleton, especially for Grace.
Yes.
And here she is where she realizes, oh no, this might be my last one.
My last year.
Take a look.
Kind of sad to think this is going to be our last one.
What do you mean?
We're graduating. We're probably not going to be here for Halloween next year. And the year after that, and the year after that.
You're right. I didn't realize. That means no more Halloweens with my mom.
And my dad.
No more haunted gray houses.
Or scarecrow competitions.
Or ancient prophecies.
Or maze building.
Or breaking curses.
I could do with less curses in my life, actually.
How come I didn't realize this was my last Halloween in Middleton?
Because you didn't want to.
Like so many things in life, we'll just choose to ignore
Come
it.
back next year.
I think Grace is gonna be a homebody.
Bigger and better than ever because you're gonna been away.
100%.
For a much better part.
I'm still not entirely convinced she's ever gonna leave
she's not
Middleton.
going
I don't think she's going anywhere.
She's going to college right
or
now.
her mom's going to her dorm. Like Cassie's not leaving her.
So you have been acting, honestly, Bailee, since you were a tiny little girl. So you're a baby.
Yeah.
But one of your best roles to date, you say, has to be one that happened off screen.
Yes.
And that's becoming a godmother recently. Congratulations.
Finally, thank you. I know.
That's huge.
It was a big deal. I cried. I wasn't the godmother to my sister's first baby, so there was a lot of like animosity towards that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think that she did it because this is Evie. She was so confused. She was so confused.
She's like, what's happening?
Yeah, she's so sweet. So she recently, she got baptized, and I was a part of it, and it was so special. But it really is. You know, I'm obviously an aunt, and that's a big deal. But becoming a godmother, like, it's crazy. I still get
That's right. It's some sense of responsibility to it, for sure.
It is.
And your responsibility doesn't stop there, because last time you were here, you talked about adopting little Murphy, right?
I know, yeah.
Murphy, so.
Working mom
By the way,
now.
Murphy has got 22,000 followers on Instagram, by the way.
He's slacking. He hasn't posted in a few.
I mean, like,
He's got to get back on it.
Murphy's doing all right in social media.
I know.
How are your responsibilities going as a doggy?
It's going good. You know, I adopted him when I was kind of on a little bit of a hiatus. I was taking some time off to do music and enjoy the family. And recently the show has started back up for Good Witch. We're on our 5th season. So he's been at Grammy's daycare, as I like to call it, and she's been taking care of him, and he's amazing. But he just visited me in Canada on the set, which was really fun. But he's great. He's so sweet, except I leave him for like a month. And he has no loyalty. Like, I mean, he could meet you and he'd be like, "You're my dad." Like, and I'm over here being like, "You slept on my head. I took you out 7 times at night. Like, what happened?"
Welcome to parenthood. I mean,
I
isn't it a little bit just like regular parenthood?
But then I'm wondering, like, am I just like, is it just empty nest syndrome? Like, am I holding on tight to him and to let him go out into the world?
He's in his teen years.
Oh, he's such a boy.
He's a teenager.
He's such a teenager. He's such a boy, but all he wants is love. He's a mama's boy.
Yeah, well,
He is a
that's
mama's
important.
boy.
There you go.
Yes,
Sure,
it is.
always
Speaking
come back
of
to mama.
mamas and motherhood and and all of the above. You being a mom, being a godmother, your television mom.
Anyone who just tuned in, it's my dog.
Her doggy, just in case you missed
right.
that. But your television mom, Catherine Bell,
Yeah.
really sets the bar pretty high. We know her.
great.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to work with her too.
I know, she's wonderful.
But she wasn't your first on-screen mommy.
No.
You had a lot
of on-screen
moms.
mommies.
So we're going to take a trip down memory lane and see
Great.
if you can remember, if you
Yep.
can match
I
the
love
question with the mom.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. I'll start. Should I start?
Yeah, get really competitive.
Here's your. Oh, you're really competitive?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you get.
But I guess I'm only playing
Let's
against
see what
myself,
You,
so.
yeah, exactly.
Definitely
Exactly.
gonna win.
Here's a person. In between acting roles, I attended Harvard University to study psychology. Who am I?
What? No.
Harvard. She's very smart.
Harvard.
Everybody knows her.
Psychology.
I want to say it's Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Yay!
Natalie, I thought that was a little bit of a tricky one too.
Well, it
so.
was tricky
What
because
movie was this?
we did a movie called Brothers together. It was, she played my mom, then Tobey Maguire was my dad, Jake Gyllenhaal was my uncle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I thought it was her, but then I wasn't sure if it was Harvard or if it. But yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. She's
very
incredible.
smarty pants.
Yeah.
All right, your next mom is a smarty pants too, and very, very famous as well.
Okay.
Although my character popularized a haircut, I was never a fan of the Rachel. Who am I?
Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, that one was a little
Mama
bit more
Jen.
straightforward. Yeah,
So
that
what
a
was
good
this one?
This was Just Go With It. So she was my mom. I don't know how I was casted as her daughter because I will one day in my fantasy world I look like her, but not in real life. But I'm grateful that they
You did the
that they
greatest
made
job.
it pass. Thank you.
When you did the British accent.
Hello,
I
yeah.
forgot
And
about
then Adam Sandler was my fake dad.
That-
Who then became my stepdad. Yeah,
That was
it
awesome.
was fun.
is
We had a good time. I
fantastic.
recently saw her a couple months ago, after a little bit, and she's incredible. She really is.
yeah.
She's
Had
amazing.
some great roles, and here's another one. I won an Academy Award in 1993 for my role in My Cousin Vinny. Who am I?
Oh, I'm between two people.
Okay, name them.
I want to say Marcia Gay Harden,
Okay.
but that's not it.
Oh, well,
won an
the
Oscar as
She
well.
also
She
won an
won
Oscar.
Marissa Tomei.
Okay, Marissa Tomei is the
It
answer.
was
My Cousin Vinny was a little before your time,
A little
so
bit
you
before.
didn't
I
realize
knew
that
yeah.
for sure.
What was this one?
This was parental guidance. So Billy Crystal was my grandpa. Bette Midler was my grandma. Marissa Tomei was my mom, and then Tom Everett Scott, who's
Here's
wonderful.
what really strikes me as hysterical.
Yeah.
You've had so many famous moms on screen.
I know.
You can't remember who's who.
Yeah.
It's just too
It's like,
many.
which
I was like,
Oscar
this
winner
week.
was it?
I know. I've been so fortunate. I say this all the time. I was like the amount of stuff that I've been able to learn,
Yeah.
not just as actors or like actresses, like just as human beings. I've had the pleasure of working with the most incredible talents, and I can honestly say that their hearts they have been nothing but gracious and lovely to me.
But as an actor, also, you deserve this. I mean, you
Yeah.
put it out there. You're so talented at what you do, and you're such an incredibly good person.
I'm sure they say the same thing about
Yeah,
you, Bailee.
yeah.
Madison.
You
you.
definitely,
So
you definitely
true.
put it. Great to see you. Congratulations on everything you got going on too. Everybody, make sure to catch Good Witch: Tale of Two Hearts this Sunday at 8/7 Central on the Hallmark Channel, and of course, Good Witch returns with all new episodes in 2019. Don't want to miss that either.